phone. I'm your host Mshuma, if you like call me Evon. With me, I'm very much privileged to have with me Nyangasi Robinson, who is a victim in Nairobi City from drug abuse. Yeah. Basically, we're going to talk with him on what he faced through, what he went through. And how he and how he thinks the drugs is being misused in the society, and how this problem of drug abuse can be solved in the society. Stay tuned. So first of all, what are some of the types of drugs that you think youths misuse here in Kenya?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for having me today. As you've heard, my name is Robinson Nyangasi. Some of the drugs that are used in Kenya, some of them are, the mainly used is alcohol.
Yeah.
There is bang, there is cocaine, and most of these ghetto youths sniff glue. Yeah.
So those are the main.
Those are the main drugs that are commonly abused in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So focusing on the concept that some of the youths, secondary students, have been found with drugs in during this period where they're resuming back to school. What are some of the reasons that makes them to indulge in drug abuse?
I think most of the youths, I think they're affected by the community. They're affected by from the places where they come from, and most of them are affected with peer pressure. So right now, as we're speaking, a lot of youths that are at home have influenced the kids that are going back to school with the bang, the alcohol, and all those drugs, such that you get immediately you have a friend that is using, and you don't have a stand. You're just like you can easily be introduced to drugs, and immediately you're introduced to drugs, there is no way you can control it. You become an addict, and when you become an addict, you find that you can't go to school without that drug, because maybe it may affect you in some way or another when you lack them. So that's where the recent case in Kisii, where some students were found with bang in school. The bang thing, the using of that drug has become an effect to them, and that's why whenever they go to school, they can't concentrate without using that bang. They can't function normal without that bang. So the best way of controlling that drug, they should find someone who can explain the effects well. Like, for example, I personally went through using the alcohol and bang, but I got a mentor who was also using it, and he told me, rather than going to jail or in approved schools, he just shook me, put me in his house, taught me slowly by slowly how to control it. We started with baby steps, in that I used to take alcohol like maybe every day or a good number of times, but like he used to control it. You maybe take it once a week, or then you find like life is just normal. It's hard at a point to stop, but whenever you are told how to control it, and whenever you are told how to do it, I'm sure even these youths that are affected with can control it.
And just to ask, what are some of the ways that the youths misuse the drugs?
Some of the ways that the youths misuse drugs, I think first of all, the one commonly misused is alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol has become like, it's normal. You can go sleep out, have your alcohol, drink it whenever you want and how you like. But these drugs have been brought to our community by these rich people.
Yeah.
So the government should look for these rich people, because you can't find any adult that indulges in these acts. Most of the people that are in these drug thing, we harass the youths. So whenever you started that drug, whichever the drug that you're using, whenever it is in your system, it now becomes a habit. Whenever you use it in hospitals, some hospitals, I think they use bang as a drug,
Yeah.
like just a drug to cure some diseases or control something. But when it comes to us youths, we now start misusing it. We now start using it as we make it our daily routine. Yeah, I think that's how, and that's how it affects us as youths.
You've already talked about the effects of drugs.
Yes.
Um, what are some of the ways that you think drugs can be fought in the society, or how are some which way can be used to solve this problem of drug abuse in the society that prevents the youth from using the drugs and not misusing?
I think first of all, our government needs to come in and fight this drug thing, because whenever you use violence, it will never work. So the best way is to teach the young generation of how these drugs are affecting us. Bang can make someone go mad. That is uh, that is that is the worst drug that people tend to use, and our parents should also act on it. Should also come in and tell us how this bang is affecting the rest. We should have some basic learning, or just an educational system that is teaching us the way this bang affects so many people, mostly the youths. Since if we use an example to describe something, like for example, I personally, I was in it, and I was taught how to stop it. So that is the same way that I can be a mentor to another person who's maybe younger than me or even older than me. I can also use he or she, I can help her or just assist her, make sure that she stops, or she has a way to control his addict.
Okay, so that's all about Robinson Nyangasi, and stay tuned for another session next week. Bye.